Hey everyone. I thought today I'd do something a little bit different, something a bit unusual, and just give you a quick overview of my Batman collection. It's a pretty new collection. It's not going to be the most impressive or wide-reaching collection you've ever seen. I've only just started collecting, but I thought it'd be interesting just sort of to take a look at what I've got going on. So up here you'll see, amongst all my junk, I've got some unopened DC Multiverse figures, the White Knight, Batman and Joker. I'm really looking forward to opening those, and I have the graphic novel on the way from Amazon and also the White Knight back cycle. So when that arrives, I'll open that up and put them in the display. You'll see here I've got the Death Metal Batman, also the Infected Superman, which I've removed the Build-A-Figure parts, but I haven't opened yet, and I have the Death Metal Bat cycle on the way. So when that comes, I'll remove him from packaging as well. Coming to the top shelf here, you see I've got my Dark Knights metal team with the titular Dark Knights there. I have not read that graphic novel yet. I'm considering getting into it. I've done a lot of reading about it, and I was just really quite taken with the idea of these dark multiverse Batmen. I really love the designs. I love the origins of them. So I very quickly found myself collecting all these, and they don't disappoint. They're really, really awesome. See the Batman who laughs in the background. I went with the Sky Tyrant Hawkman wings just because I thought that was a really unique look for him. There you see the Merciless Build-A-Figure, which I think looks amazing in person, but I actually had a defect with mine in the headpiece. There was no hole for the peg, so I actually had to carve a little hole in there to make it connect. So that was a pain, but pretty quick to resolve. There's Dawnbreaker, who I think looks absolutely awesome. Murder Machine, some Robin Crows, and the Death Metal Batman, the Dark Knight's Metal Batman, which I only got for the Build-A-Figure part, but he's actually become one of my favorite Batmen. I think he's amazing. Loads of personality, loads of texture. The Grim Knight, who was really hard to come by, but I'm glad I got him. He's not by any means my favorite of the Dark Knights, but a really cool figure nonetheless. There's the Red Death, who I just think is an amazing design and a really cool backstory. If you're not familiar, I highly suggest you go look up the origins of Red Death. The Drowned and Devastator. Now, they're probably two of my favorite of the Dark Knights figures. Devastator is absolutely massive and bulky and heavy, and I can't believe he was just a standard retail price. And the Drowned is actually got loads of amazing detail, and he's just way better than you'd think she would be. And coming over here, we've got a kind of a random assortment of some of my favorite figures. There's the Dark Knight Returns, Batman and the Joker. Look, they're not the definitive versions of these characters, but for the price point, I think they're really amazing, full of personality, especially that Batman. Like, look at that head sculpt. Just, great stuff for like $35. There's the Clayface Mega figure, who just has an amazing presence, really cool, not that fun to play with, pretty stiff, no articulation really, kind of can't do much, but I just think he looks amazing, and he's one of the classic rogues, so you kind of got to have him. There's Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond, not one of my favorite Batman, but kind of got to have him in your collection. I think he's a pretty important part of the lore. Here's my Last Night on Earth collection with Omega and Batman and Bane and Scarecrow. I had to do a pretty extensive fix for that Bane, for it to actually keep its hands and legs on. It involved switching around the joints because I believe there was a misassembly with the hip pieces, and also a lot of boiling water to soften the joints. But now everything's really secure and stays in place, but it was a pain and not much fun. And it's lucky that I like the end figure so much, because otherwise I wouldn't have bothered, wouldn't have been worth the struggle. And I mean, look at that Joker in the jar. That's just amazing, which is why I love this figure. It's just so weird and so cool. So yeah, that's my top shelf. Yeah, I think it's a really cool shelf in the end. Coming down to the next shelf, it's kind of got an assortment of figures. Down the front, I have my Arkham series figures. You'll see there's Arkham Origins Deathstroke, who is kind of, everyone, you know, poo-poos him and his colours and his paint, but I think he looks pretty cool. And he'll certainly be my Deathstroke until we get a comic accurate Deathstroke. There's Arkham Knight, who is pretty cool, except missing a lick of paint. You know, there's no camouflage here where there really should be, and he needs a gun, you know, and that's just a shame. But otherwise, I like him a lot. Same with Arkham Knight Batman. That head sculpt is really, really good. I always find his legs to be a little bit weird and maybe small for his body, but he's still very cool. And back here, you'll see the Titan Joker and Arkham Asylum Batman facing off against him. Neither of these are my sort of favorite figures. They're pretty cool for what they are, but I'm a completionist. That's why I have them. I like them. They're just not my favorites. However, Flashpoint Batman, Thomas Wayne, definitely hard to come by and definitely one of my favorite figures. I just think he's got loads of personality. You know, all the details are there. I love the red. I love the red eyes. I love that head sculpt. I think it's absolutely incredible. Definitely one of my favorites. Coming to sort of the Bat family side of things, here's Ghostmaker. I did a review on him recently. He's very cool. I don't know much about the character. I just love the design. Infinite Frontier Robin, who is actually really cool. Look, he's a little bit cartoony, so he doesn't fit in that well with the rest of the figures, but I really love the design. I like it a lot more than the I think it's the Rebirth version with the sort of angry looking face. Not my favorite. Rebirth Batman, who is a little bit small, but like just a really great classic Batman. And there's Three Jokers Batgirl. I think it's the best Batgirl that McFarlane's put out. There's the Suit of Sorrows Azrael. I tried to get the red and gold Azrael, but really hard to come by in Australia. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think this is sort of the Michael Lane version. Is still pretty cool, so I went with him. There's my Red Hood and Nightwing. Red Hood is from Three Jokers, Nightwing is from Gotham Knights. They are not the definitive versions of these. Look, there was a 2-pack with the classic comic iterations of both of these. I missed out on it. It's very expensive now, so these will have to be my Red Hood and Nightwing for the time being, but I think they're pretty cool. Like, they're not bad figures, they're just not my preferred. Coming up at the back here, we have Three Jokers Batman, and we have Future State Dark Detective Batman. These are just two really cool Batmans. You know, one's very classic, one's very wild and futuristic. I actually like the Dark Detective better. I think he's amazing. His coat is amazing. His head sculpt's amazing. Highly recommended. And at the back here, we have Dark Knight Returns, Armored Batman versus Superman. That's the 2-pack. They're pretty ugly, but, you know, they capture the art perfectly. And it's just such a classic scene that I sort of had to get them. And coming over here, we have my Jokers. You'll see we have Death the Family Joker, probably my favorite, alongside the Comedian next to him, and the very cool Arkham Asylum Joker. And at the back, we have the Criminal and the Clown from Three Jokers, and the Mortal Kombat 11 Joker, who I basically got because he has an amazing head sculpt. So yeah, probably too many Jokers. Moving down to the third shelf, this is my movie collection, I suppose you'd say, which consists of the McFarlane Masked Batman, who was so much harder to find than any other figure. I've searched far and wide to get him, and the unmasked Selina Kyle, who I think just looks way more movie accurate than the masked version, and really kind of captures the Zoe Kravitz likeness much better. And there's the Jim Lee inspired red and black gold label McFarlane statue for Robert Pattinson's Batman. I really like this little trio. Over here you'll see the McFarlane Batcycle and the what am I saying? It's the die-cast metal collection from Jada Toys. This is 1/18 scale. It's the electronic version, which has the lights. It's really awesome, really heavy. I love it. If you're a fan of the movie and the Batmobile, this is the version to get. Definitely the Jada Toys 1/18. Here you'll see the 1/24th scale Justice League and Batman vs Superman Batmobiles. I think these are really cool. They're die cast, you know, they're very heavy. I think the Batman vs Superman one looks way better. I like the symmetrical look more than that messy Justice League look, but you know, your mileage may vary. The Batman Forever 1/24th, the 1966 Adam West Batmobile 1/24th, and the Arkham Knight Batmobile 1/24th. A very cool trio. And then up the top we have the Tumbler, the Burton Batmobile, and the animated series Batmobile in 1/24th scale. And I just think overall that's a really cool collection. The only Batmobile they're missing, really, as far as I'm concerned, is the Batman and Robin Batmobile, which actually looks quite good. But to my knowledge, Jada Toys has not made a die-cast Batmobile for that film. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, that is my current Batman collection. Hoping to add to it very, very soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.